Ok, siamo nei camerini del Morlacchi e siamo riusciti ad avere 5 minuti di una leggenda, Maria Schneider. Maria Schneider is a legend. She's a very beautiful woman, by the way, which in Italy helps a lot. And she's here to direct her big band, for which she also wrote all the music. Is that correct? Yes. You write music, you orchestrate it, you arrange it, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I've been doing, preparing a lot of this music over the course of a lot of years. You know, I think it started in, I don't know, the 1980s is when I started really writing music in this idiom.
One thing, you know that Gil Evans is a legend here in Perugia, is a hero because he gave excellent, great concerts. You studied with him, you were with him, you helped him somehow. Can you tell us something about your relationship with great Gil?
Yeah, I was an assistant to Gil Evans from 85 to 88 when he died. The last project I worked with him on was the Sting project that he did here. I was going to come here, but then I didn't, but I helped him out with that music. Yeah, and I've seen heard the bootleg CD from it, so yeah. Oh yeah.
First the bootleg, then the official one.
Yeah.
How was it? How did that project came together?
Oh, you know, Gil would just call me when he needed help, you know, when a project was so big, and I think really by that time I think he wasn't feeling so well, so he needed assistance, you know, to get those projects done.
And you went and you helped him out.
Yeah, I just helped.
How did your career develop after this, starting with Gil?
Well, you know, eventually when I was studying with Gil, I decided I wanted to start a band of my own, and I did that, and in the late 80s, and made my first record in 1992, and just started getting gigs, and through performing in New York and people coming in to hear the band, especially people from Europe, they started inviting me to come to Europe and work with their groups. So I did a lot. For instance, in Italy, I've worked with the group in Rome. I've worked with a group in Catania. I've worked with a group up in Trento. So
when you say you work, you mean they came and they gave you the chance to write and arrange and orchestrate and direct orchestras.
Well, they would invite me to come and work with their group and bring my existing music. So all the groups that I worked with, I just brought music that I'd already written and work with them for a few days and conduct concerts, which is a lot of fun.
Because you are mainly a conductor, you also conduct. How was it hard for you to find work in a mainly male-oriented world? Because directing, I mean, is something that mainly is for male so far.
It was never difficult. I never even really thought about it, because I think, you know, in this business, it's not so much, at least for me, I don't think it was whether I was male or female. It's just that what I was writing, I don't know if it hopefully good, but it's very individual. It's my own thing. So people either like it or they don't. If they like it, I don't think they're going to say, no, let's not do it because she's not a man. It never happened. I think as far as the male-female thing, I think the one thing that's important is if you're a woman, you have to make sure you're really good. You know, if you're mediocre, it's tough. But if you're really good, then suddenly people are shocked that you can do something. It's like, oh my God, this music, and it could be a woman. I can't believe it. You know, people are like, you know, it's like, well, duh. You know, I mean, why should it be any different?
One thing, did you ever conduct a classical symphonic orchestra?
It's funny you say that. I just wrote my first classical symphonic piece. Yeah, for chamber orchestra and Dawn Upshaw, who's a great soprano in the United States, and I'm conducting. So it's my first time really doing a big classical commission conducting, and I just finished the piece and I conducted in the end of October. So
you will conduct at the end of October.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. Are you excited? Are you
very, very, very excited. A little nervous. It's another world, but I'm, yeah.
All these maestros.
yeah, but I hear the orchestra I'm working with, I hear that they're very open-minded. It's a group that Bobby McFerrin used to conduct, the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra, great group. So.
One last question. When you write for an orchestra, you think about the musicians they are going to perform that particular piece of music?
Yeah, absolutely. These musicians, some of them I've worked with for 20 years. Some of them 15 years, a couple maybe only 2 years. But when I write, I can't help but hear their sounds in my head because we've worked together for so long. It's almost like a relationship. You can finish each other's sentences, and so yeah, and I think that's also what I would say too is when I write, it's not me just writing for them. It's actually over the years, I think that they've influenced the way I think about music because every night they're improvising. I'm hearing what they're doing, and I'm like, wow, oh, harmonically, that was. Like tonight on the sound check, Steve Wilson, we were playing something that we've played since 1988. It's an old piece of mine. And all of a sudden, he played something in a different key just to be funny. And I said to the band, oh, let's try that. Okay, let's do that again. Everybody play this up a half step. And I learned things from that. So I'm learning from them all the time.